Hi, and welcome to our Fund the Trader interview series. Our guest today is Shane from Canada, who took trading as his secondary job and never gave up trying to succeed. Today we'll learn about his $33,000 profits, his strategy and mindset. If you are interested in another success story like this, click here.
My name's Shane, and I live way up in northern Canada. Get a lot of winter. And I worked in the oil patch up here, the oil and gas industry. Things kind of slowed down for us, and I dove into trading because I actually, for some reason, started hearing about it and seeing it in my feeds, and I took interest. That was about 2019, and I dove into it through various programs and learned the basics, and I purchased courses, and I've watched endless YouTube videos and really worked. I worked it like a second job, just trying to learn how everything happened, how everything goes down. I've watched charts from 2 o'clock in the morning till noon. I've just done all of the crazy stuff that I don't do anymore. And in the last couple of years, I started working with various prop firms. And as you mentioned, 3 months ago, I ran into True Forex, and I've had good success, and it's kind of come at a time where I'm trading very consistently. I'm doing various different things to make this happen, and so far, True Forex has been good to me.
I'm glad to hear. Hopefully, we will be great for you in the long run.
Yeah.
What do you think about our new product, Shane? I don't know if you have used the quick funding or the timeless funding, but we came out with these two products lately.
I have not used the quick funding. I did see it on there. I looked into it, but the timeless funding I think is really good timing. Lots of prop firms are going this way now, but the way I trade, I don't know. I'm not that I trade higher risk. I think it's just my risk to reward. I can't say I wouldn't require it. Maybe at some time I might, but a lot of people are using a lot smaller risk than I am. And that extra time is really going to help. I know lots of people that have taken retakes on their accounts many times because they're a week past. Maybe they're short 2%, they're short 1% when the 30 days is up. So I think that's really helpful for a lot of people. And extensions are a little tough sometimes. It gives people, I think it's a psychological factor where you're in that extension and you make decisions that don't help you. And starting from scratch on a retake is probably hard on a lot of people's psychology as well. So having that timeless trading period is just going to give people that extra little bit of time to know that they can reduce their risk, know that they can wait a day or two to make that trade.
Based on your account, Shane, what we can see is you have a pretty high risk to reward ratio, accompanied with some good win rates. Can you tell us about your risk sentiment on a trading level or managing an account?
I play a daily routine where I will risk 0.5% to 1% per day. Sometimes I will risk 1.5%. I prefer the 1%, and I like to take, 1, 2, 3 to 1. If it just depends on how the market looks to me. Like today, I actually took less than 1%, which is rare for how I trade because I don't want to take less than what I had planned on risking. But today, the way the markets happened and the way things consolidated after New York open and it dropped, I stalled, I took my profits, and I said, I'm out for the day. Sometimes when I see that, I play on the lower time frame charts. 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minute. And I take my sentiments from the 15 minute and the 1 hour.
Are you a pure technical trader, Shane, or do you use some fundamentals also when you analyze?
I don't use too many fundamentals. I like technical. And when I see a sentiment and news is coming up, I like the news. There's lots of money to be made in news. And you can never determine what it's going to do. Nobody can say what it's going to do. But what I can determine is my sentiment in the market, my bias for the day, my bias for the week. And when the news hits, if the move is too big and it goes the opposite direction, I might lose my 0.5 or my 1%. I play it like it is. But very many times it hits that 3-4% in a day, and you can close it out and have a great day and have another coffee.
Sounds fascinating. Sounds really good. Can you tell me about how did you get into gold trading? I mean, you probably had some ups and downs, as you mentioned. Took a lot of hours trading in the European session, which is actually night for you in Canada. Have you ever experienced trading other instruments as well, or gold was your number one pair that you're sticking from the beginning?
Gold is actually relatively new to me. I've only been trading it for about 6 months on a regular basis. I always did trade gold, but not like I do now. I trade gold exclusively. And I used to trade pound yen, pound USD. I was trading the G pairs a lot. And that's how I started with other prop firms, was with the G pairs. And I did okay with GJ. I did quite well with it. But then when I started watching US 30 more often and paying attention to the US dollar, and then I started seeing really nice patterns and really nice structure with gold versus the US dollar. And I dove into it a little deeper, and it's been really good to me. And then I ran into true Forex funds, and the combination of the two have been very good so far.
Do you use the dollar as the inverse correlation with gold when you analyze and trade on gold?
Yes, I have been doing that, and I have always done that with GU, obviously US 30, and gold. Yes, I use it quite often.
And Shane, can you walk us through the daily setups that you are looking for, the analysis that you are valuing in when you go for a short or a buy?
Yes, I can do that. So this is it. This is my quiet chart. I used to trade with a lot of indicators and moving averages and lines, and just was a lot of noise. I don't require all of that noise anymore. So for today, for instance, can you see this right here?
Yes.
This right here. I had an entry right here that was in London session still, and it went up here, up here. I saw the exhaustion on this 2 minute, just playing out my RSI, and I believe I exited up here at one point, but I made re-entries over here. And if I zoom out and I switch to the 5 minute, this here, I mean, I'm obviously I'm biased down here right now, but when I got in today, I was expecting a turnaround based on the 1 hour. The 1 hour to me, I'm making a mess of this chart here. The 1 hour to me is ready to take off. So I was looking at that last week. So that's why I had my buys in play rather than sells. You could look at the lower time frame and it would look like it's going to be short-term sells, but I'm playing the longer bias on the 1 hour. My analysis is very simple. This RSI where it tapped 30%, and I'm playing some divergence. Divergence took place over a number of days. My analysis is very simple. Simplicity has worked for me. I used to do things very, very difficult, very drawn out, very time consuming, many hours spent at the charts. I don't have to spend hours at the charts. I can analyze my day when I get up in the morning based on what I knew was happening all week long.
And do you use support resistance levels, trend lines, and the RSI to find setups and entries?
Yes, I will totally use, like, say, this line right here. We have this whole group. It is sitting there. It was bouncing off of here. It came through, but it went forward. When it broke this line, I could still see my divergence on the RSI, which had built over a couple of days. And when it broke through the line, it was still showing a lot of divergence. When it came up here and showed this divergence, I knew I wanted to get back in again. So last week I would have been trading this up, and I believe I did trade this up to here. And then this morning was showing some shorter term sells, so that's why I wanted to get out and I didn't play today. I find that Mondays can be kind of tricky that way. So on Mondays, if I see this short-term reversals, I just kind of stay away from it, and I'll see what it brings out to me for tomorrow and Wednesday.
And Shane, do you trade on a day-to-day setup, like under a session, or as a scalper or intraday trader, or do you hold positions a little bit longer as well sometimes?
The longest, like for instance, this right here, when I see this divergence here, I like this entry, and I would feel confident entering here, entering right here, and I would feel very confident to play this out for a couple of days. I don't like to trade for more than 1, 2, 3 days because I guess, like you said, my risk appetite is a little higher, so I can do well in a couple hours in the morning, whereas I don't have maybe the willpower to hold something for a couple of days unless I had my leverage quite small. And in the way I trade, I would rather make it in a short period of time than holding for a couple of days when I can play the 1 minute, 2 minute, and 5 minute charts.
And when it comes to time frames, I can see that you are utilizing the 2-minute time frame. Is this something specific when you analyze, or how did you find the 2-minute time frame working for you?
I tend to see, it could be the way I see things, but I tend to see the structure very well in the 2-minute versus the 5-minute. When I'm looking at the day, so we're looking at 2-3 days here. So this was Thursday, Friday, and then today. Okay, so this is 3 days of charts here. And I can see a lot of really nice structure in 2 or 3 days. And if I zoomed in, I can see nice structure points. So I can see the bottom over here. I can see the bottom over here, but then I can see where it pushes through. And I can see that continuing line for 2 or 3 days. And I like that on the 2-minute. I can't see that on the 1 minute. The 5-minute, I don't need to see that far ahead for my day.
Thank you very much, Shane, for sharing it. If you have any questions or feedback you want to leave in the comment section below, go ahead and don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. By the way, Shane, when talking about skills, what advices can you give for any new trader who want to try trading for a living, who want to try out prop firms? From an experienced prop trader like you, what would be your recommendations?
My biggest problems, I will talk about what I did in the beginning. I saw the potential for this trading right off the beginning when I started. And you can start winning with just basic technical analysis. You can have great weeks, you can have bad weeks, and that can get inside of your head and you think you can never lose. And when you have those good weeks and you're inexperienced and you over leverage and think you're going to make $100,000 in a month in your first month playing, you're going to lose. I lost for 2 years. 2 years I lost. And I was making good money. So I was buying lots of prop firm accounts and I was blowing prop firm accounts. And that's how I learned how to trade. I didn't learn how to trade on demo accounts. I learned how to trade by buying prop firm accounts. I probably own major shares in a few different prop firms. I bought so many, and it was a waste of money. It was a waste of money when I could have been playing on demos. But then when I learned that risk management was my friend, and that if I was taking profits instead of waiting for profits. You know, a lot of people will say, you know, don't hold your losses, just let the loss go. So if I was down $500, lose $500. When I'm in profit, take the profits, take $1,000, take $1,500. If you're trading a $100,000 prop firm account and you're up 1%, that's $1,000 for the day. That's a really good day for many people, you know. So people think that they want to double an account in 2 weeks, and you know, there's a lot of YouTube videos that are going to show you that they're doing that. They're not showing you the risk that's involved, and the risk is blowing your accounts. So you can really do well. You can compound, or you can just grow it by 1% a day, 1% a day, 1% a day, or if you know, whatever you can afford. If a person is risking 0.25% and you make 0.5% a day, that's 10% a month. You make 10% a month, that's going to feed your family, I'm sure.
Thank you for sharing it, Shane. I just want to have a last question about trading psychology. How do you manage losing days or streaks emotionally, trading-wise, and how do you come back strong to make profits afterwards?
I think that now with my for approximately 4 years of trials and tribulations and doing all the foolish things I shouldn't have done, I've really broken through the hardest times, and I'm very confident with the simplicity of my trading now. I'm confident with the things I see. I'm confident with the fact that I will take a small loss. I'm confident with the fact that I can see when small daily moves are going to happen. That's why I like the 2-minute charts. That's why I like the RSI set up the way it is. I can see when something's going to come, and I don't have to sit there with my head full of doubt wondering what's going to happen because I've over leveraged, because I know I'm only risking a certain amount. I'm not over leveraged. I'm not going to blow my account. And it's a simple day-to-day process, and taking profits is the easiest way. And even if you do come in with a doubt, like today, the way the market is just kind of contracted and it's just going sideways, I just got out. I took my profits and said, good, I'm happy with the profits. Tomorrow the market's going to move and I'm going to win.
Thank you, Shane. Simpler is better. That's something that I learned today. Any last words you want to share with us and any of our viewers who will watch this video?
Just the psychology of the whole process is very important. And I could speak of the cliches that we probably all heard, but I learned a lot about myself through the entire process of trading. If you're brand new, this is going to take time. Nothing's going to happen overnight. And if you want to be in a prop firm, buy the small accounts. The small accounts with True Forex Fund, the $10,000 accounts. I know plenty of people that are stacking those accounts and doing very well. And it's not as painful when you lose $10,000 $100,000 account as it is if you lose a $200,000 account. So just work slowly and surely and build and grow. And you just feel better about yourself every day. Over leveraging is only going to hurt your feelings.
I agree with you, Shane. Actually, we can see some remarkable profits on $10,000 accounts as well. Some of the people are doing 10, 20, even 30%, which is substantially great. It's really high returns. Thank you, Shane, for being on this interview. I really wish you great luck and great trading setups for this week and for the upcoming trading accounts. And guys, if you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and let us know in the comment section below how you like the video with Shane and us. Have a good trading day, everyone, and you too, Shane.
If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, be sure to hit the like button and leave your feedback in the comments below. For more success stories that can help you become a better trader, click here. If you're interested in our educational content, click here. And of course, if you don't want to miss out on any new videos, don't forget to subscribe here. See you in our next video.